Cat Prep 1 APA Formatting Review. Hello class, this video is a tool to make APA formatting not such a scary thing. I saw you guys in class with those big blank stares and I was like, oh no, this is going to be interesting unless I make something for them to look at. So hopefully this video is really helpful to you. Please follow this closely and your life will be a lot easier when it comes to writing these APA papers. I've done a ton of these, and I've known from experience in college that APA formatting is a very common staple that you need to master if you're going to do well in college writing or in this honors anatomy class. So let's open this blank page. So if you push right when you open Word right down here, it comes up with just this blank page here. And you're going to go down to the center of the document here and center it. Now, to make an APA standard title, you're going to put the title of your paper, what you wanted to make your paper known as. So mine's going to be Weird Laws in California. Then what you're going to do is put your name, Bryce Bovey. Then push enter again and type your school, Grace Homeschool Academy. Now this isn't in the right font, it's in Calibri, not Times New Roman, so I'm going to click up here and go to Times New Roman. By the way, if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video and go back a little bit. Now you're going to go to 12-point font. There we go, 12-point Times New Roman, Weird Laws in California, Bryce Bovey, Grace Homeschool Academy. That is an APA standard title page. There. Now what we're going to do is make an APA standard title. I'm sorry, not title, header. Header, they call it header because it is at the top or the head of the document. So the easiest way to do this is you're going to go insert page number, and because every header has to have a page number, so you're going to go top of the page, go to the right here, and right here you want to make sure this box is checked because this says different first page. And remember that the header on the first page has to be different than the headers on the rest of the pages. So make sure that box is clicked right there. All right, different first page header. Now what you're going to do is you're going to type running head like that, just like this, running head. And you're only going to put that running head portion on the first page, not the rest of them. Okay, so it's the running head. It's the start of the race. Running head. And you're going to push the caps lock button, Weird Laws in California. That is your title. Okay, title is in caps. Now what I'm going to do is make sure this whole thing is in 12-point Times New Roman font. What I did there is I just clicked in the header here, and I pushed Control A, and that selects everything. Control A. Selects everything, then I just went and Times New Roman 12-point font. Anyway, moving on. Weird Laws in California. Now we have our header down here, second page. The easiest way to do this is just to double click this where the header would be. So double click it. Again, go up here and double click with your mouse, and now you're on the header. Or you could just put insert header on. That works the same as well. So you're going to type Weird Laws in California. Control A, go to Home, Times New Roman, 12-point font. Okay, and what I did is I actually forgot to insert a page number here, so I'm going to copy this, Control copy. All right. And I'm going to say insert page number. So what you can do here is what's easier is just put insert page number here, top of page, and go down to the third option because that's how APA papers do it. It's the numbers on the right. See? And it automatically says 2 because it is the second page. And then you're going to push Control V or paste. I'll just put paste like this. Weird Laws in California. Oops. There we go. Weird laws in California. And so this guy over here isn't in the right formatting either. So again, remember, Times New Roman 12 font is your magic font. Do that for everything. All right, now we have our headers right. So we see running head, weird laws in California, and then we go on to the second page, and it is different, just weird laws in California. And if I went down to like a third page down here, if I made a third page, it automatically makes it for a third one, weird laws in California 3. So you only have to do it once. You don't have to continually do it on every page. Now let's look at the actual content and the in-text citations here. So what I notice right now is this isn't in the right format. What I need to do is I need to select all of this and put it into, you guessed it, Times New Roman 12 font. You're going to indent on each of these paragraphs. So you're just going to click right next to the start of the paragraph, and you're going to push the tab button on your laptop. Tab. I also noted that this is not double spaced. So you're going to select it again. You're going to go over to the double spaced key and click 2. There we go. Now we are in proper formatting. Double spaced. So let's look at this. So all this is nonsense. This is exactly what I want you guys to do. I'm just checking for formatting on this Cat Prep one. So don't worry about getting all these exact sources correct or anything. Anyway, I just want to see you apply the formatting principles correctly. So let's look at some direct quotes. The next paragraph will be paraphrases, but these are going to be direct quotes. So here we go. Although laws are very needed in our state, some are incredibly comical. One law states that nobody is allowed to ride a bicycle in the swimming pool. Where did I find that information? Well, I went over to here. And see this article here. This is not a scholarly source, by the way, so don't use a source like this for Sacramento real estate for like your research paper, but for this, it's okay. Anyway, so here, Gina Reed made this on February 1st, 2007. So I'm going to go back here, and I copied, nobody is allowed to ride a bicycle in a swimming pool. That's one of her things. All right, Reed 2007. See, it's direct quoted. This isn't paraphrased. So you want to make sure that you have those quotation marks there. Many scholars ponder how it is even possible to ride a bike in the pool. Because the bike tends to sink when thrown in a large body of water, the person riding the bike must possess superhuman mermaid powers to break this law. 2 scholars from the National Research San Diego, that's just not a real organization, California, made this law to prevent bike riding mermaids from taking over the world. This was 2 authors here in my made-up study here. So I put Jenkins and Flinkohink, 2008. There's 2 authors here, Jenkins and Flinkohink. So I put Jenkins and signed, comma, 2008. All right. Now let's see what happens when we see a lot of authors. It says, now that we know that we are safe from mermaids, let's discuss another interesting law. And so before I actually go to the multiple authors, I quote Reed again. See, Reed on the top, Reed 2007, and I quote Reed again down here. So I don't have to do this thing. I can just say Reed 2007 also states that it is against the law to eat an orange in the bathtub. A study by No Nonsense Society, Nonsense Society quotes that oranges can squirt and blind people if eaten in the bathtub. So now we see that we have multiple authors here. So usually when we have tons of authors, it's usually a giant research study where tons of people are involved. Sometimes it can have like 20 authors, and you're not going to want to quote Howard, Jenkins, Johnson, Miller, and all of those different people. You're going to just want to put like one person. It would take way too much space. So what you're going to do is Howard, ETAL, dot, comma, 2011, or the date, okay? So whenever you're researching, that is what you're going to do for when there's multiple authors. So those are all direct quotations. Now let's go on to paraphrasing. So there are many mixed feelings about these legislations. In his study on laws, Bovee, 2017, mentioned that all laws do not serve a practical study should be banned. Okay, so we see that I didn't quote directly from any article here. I just took on this guy, Bovee, his ideas. So I still have to give him credit even if I didn't quote him directly. So because I read his article and I found out stuff about it, and I used some of that information in my paper, I have to quote him. So I just put Bovee 2017 mentioned that all laws that do not serve a practical study should be banned. Next sentence. While some may agree with them, others find that they provide comical relief to legislators. So now we have two authors here. I'm not direct quoting, I am paraphrasing. So I say Albert and Miller, 2012, informs readers how these laws lessen depression in lawyers and take their minds off of real-life issues. Some think that it is funny to break these rules, and now here we see multiple authors again. Jenkins et al. 2014 describes a group called the Fabulous Five, who routinely break these funny laws to get many views on their YouTube channel. So what you notice between this paragraph and this paragraph right here is this one is using direct quotations, and this one is using paraphrases. So on your actual research essay due at the end of this year, I want you to have a mixture of both from obviously real and credible sources, not just ones that you're making up. Okay, so that is basically it. Please review this video and also the sources I provided you on the Learning Center and make your own. Make this just nonsense, make it whatever you want. You can do it on anything you want. You can do it about your favorite Disney character or your sports team or just something funny or just, I don't really care. But just do something like this related to this and just show me that you know how to do these this formatting the correct way.